So I think it's the same for women, right? I think that there's a misunderstanding. When the right woman asks, when the right man asks a woman to do something, she gonna do whatever it is that she gotta do to get him, right? If you ask a woman to do something and she don't want to do it, it's because she in limbo with you. She can do with you, she can do without you. Like it's like, but it's some people when you are solid into it and he makes a suggestion and he don't like it, she gonna move. She is going to do exactly what you ask her to do.
So I got a question for MT real quick. So it appears to me that you are 100% accountability on the male. You don't believe in truly correcting or even talking about really some of the ways females can or could do better in the way they move. You just I want you to correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just making sure I'm hearing so I understand exactly what context you're coming from. You seem to be of the opinion that, man, F that B, I just move on to the next. And that's the way you expect men to move without correcting, without even having the real conversation about correcting a female. Am I understanding that correct? Am I the only one that can't hear?
Sorry, I'm on mute. My bad. I'll
Okay.
answer. I'll answer it in two parts. Sorry about that. I was on mute. Think about this, AP. If you were dating a woman and you went out and you're a big wine drinker, let's just say you're a sommelier, and this woman just has to drink Moscato, just has to drink rosé, and that just gets under your skin. You're like, can we please drink something more sophisticated? You need to move on and just date another woman. Why you got to police what she wants to drink? Just because it gets under your skin. So like I said, I feel the same way with the makeup. But to answer your bigger question, the way I say it on my podcast, AP, is men are in a crisis in this country, just in the world, period. Black men are way lower than that. Like black men, and it's not new. Black men are in a serious situation right now. So can we hold women accountable? Absolutely. But the women are also leading the charge in terms of education, enrollment. They are kind of breaking some generational curses. Men are the leaders first and foremost. So like, I think some of the knock that people give me is, Chris, why don't you ever hold the men accountable? I'm never going to hold the women and the men equally accountable because the men are supposed to be the leaders. I'm not going to be like some of these people on these podcasts that's like, what's wrong with the black community? Women, 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 women. Then you're telling me the women are the leaders. If that's what y'all want to, if that's how y'all want to rock, then just say that. But I'm just saying, if men are supposed to be asking for submission, if they're supposed to be the leaders, then they need to be held accountable more. So what I'm trying to say is, going back to the point, black men are struggling. Men are struggling, period. And we need as I say on my podcast, the house is burning. I don't get satisfaction out of holding men accountable, and it might sound like I do. I'm doing this out of like a labor of love. Like I want to see us do better. We can't keep promoting the status quo stuff. We can't do that, and it's going to have to be some tough talks. And when we get the men right, yeah, let's focus our attention on if women are holding us back, let's address that. But like if we're talking about why aren't more black people married, it ain't a woman issue. I know the social media loves to spin it and say these women ain't raised to be wives. Then why haven't black men been getting married since the 1960s? It's been dropping since like 40 to 20. It's not new. I know I'm long-winded, but I'll land it there.
No. The reason I asked, I needed to understand exactly what your perspective is. Mainly because I typically, even in our group chat, I typically agree with what you are saying, but I just don't think that you can really say the house is on fire and not say that somebody held the match and somebody had the gasoline. So what I see, and I'm gonna use this as an example. So Ice Cube had the contract for Black America, right? It gets destroyed because he goes on a female podcast and they just ate him up, right? And basically said, hey, you don't have anything for us, we're not going to support it, even though it was for Black America as a whole, not separating the men and the women. That happens a lot. That happens a lot. So if we can't, like, if we're talking about the house being on fire, we have to say, yo, maybe I'm the one that struck the match, but she poured the gasoline, and she has to be held accountable as well. And that's kind of where I fall with it. And I just wanted to understand, because I haven't watched your podcast. Definitely
Yeah.
put it in the chat so that I can, because I do want to check you out.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah, I get
But
it. If we're
yeah,
talking about marriages, AP, I get it. I tell people all the time when they say the women is leaving, the woman is leaving. Listen, in those situations, it was not all on the husband. It was not all necessarily on the wife too. It was the unit. Some cases there might be one person who was dragging it all down. But what I'm trying to say is, like, Black men, I'm not letting them off the hook. The problem with the social media and the manosphere is they try to paint, hey, there's good guys who would have married you in your 20s. There's high value men. Oh, no, 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 no. There's a lot of pookies too. There's high value pookies. There's six-figure, $200,000, $500,000 pookies. Black men they're not getting married. And that is having a huge detriment on the society. Black men are promoting this hookup culture. And they are holding women accountable left and right. And all that's going to do is make them stronger, make them more accountable, but they're never holding men accountable. And we've got to turn that around. And yes, y'all have the king talks and y'all hold each other accountable, but us as a unit, we need to be influencing these boys, influencing our community more, because these single moms are raising women, daughters and sons. And it's not, I know when something goes wrong with those boys, they say, well, the dad wasn't there, blah, 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 blah. And that's not the mother's fault. But I know I'm getting long-winded. I'm going to bring it back to the point. The thing is this. Black men, like I said, it's a broken record, but it's like they are struggling. It might not seem like it, AP, because the Black community does a great job to smooth it over and just promote status quo. They're fine. They're fine. They're fine. Oh, no, they're not. They're not. Men in general are not, because women are starting to rise. They're starting to have more control, have more say so. Not necessarily do certain traditional things, and men are losing their ish for it. They're having a fit over it. And part of that, big part of that, AP, is that Black men, we need to earn a little bit more. I hate to say it. Like, we can't just say, hey, we're just going to coast at 40 well into 2050. Like, we've got to change some things up, not just the money, but just the way we interact with our women, the way we date, and the way we need to date more intentionally. But yes, I'm a big proponent on holding men accountable. That is the key. That is the key to solving this. It's not single moms. It is men. It's holding men having discipline, men dating with intention, men moving it the right way and approaching life the right way. That's my opinion. And we will solve a lot of these problems. The single mom, I'll land it with this. The single mom problem is a male problem. It's not a woman problem. It's a male problem. They didn't impregnate themselves.